No one gets it on the first try. That's what they say, anyway. And if you do, they'll say it's beginner's luck. But what if it has nothing to do with luck and everything to do with electric innovation, performance, and design? This is Lucid Air, Motor Trend's 2022 Car of the Year. It's not beginner's luck. It's just the beginning.
Welcome back to another episode of Lucid Daily, and that was the advertisement that they did play at the Oscars, and I thought it was a fairly unique advertisement. I do like the tagline, "It's not beginner's luck," because if you did not know, they won Motor Trend Car of the Year last year. Well, I guess it's this year, and they're using that as their mantra for this year, and I think it's a really neat mantra. So let's go ahead and dive into today's episode because there are a handful of things that we need to cover. First off, Lucid was up 8.8% today, not 8%, 0.8%, and down 1/3% in the after hours. They are now trading for $25 a share and 38 cents. Tesla was up 8% today. They were up another 1/3% in the after hours. Obviously, if you didn't know, Tesla will ask their shareholders to vote at this year's annual meeting to authorize additional shares in order to enable a stock split. And I don't see any issues with their stockholders, with their shareholders not voting in favor of a stock split. So that's big news for Tesla. Again, nothing fundamentally changes with the company. And I know there's hundreds of videos out there that explain exactly what a stock split is, so I'm not going to dive into that. Next, you do have Rivian. They were down a little over 1/3% today and down 1/4% in the after hours. Now, some really cool news regarding Rivian is it looks like Sandy Munro got his hands on a Rivian R1T. And if you don't know what Sandy Munro does, he likes to take, for example, the Model S Plaid and break it down to the very basics of the car and what exactly makes the car special and why does that car or vehicle do what it does. And it looks like Sandy Munro got his hands on an R1T, so we should be able to see the engineering genius behind the R1T. Hopefully he can get his hands on a Lucid not before long, but I do think those cars are in pretty high demand, so we'll see. But Rivians are in high demand as well, so I'll be curious to see. Next, this past weekend, even though there was a lot of drama around the Oscars, which is actually pretty good for Lucid, a lot more eyeballs, there was a lot. Lucid was a big sponsor in part of the Oscars, and we'll go ahead and go into exactly what parts they sponsored and things like that. So they had a lot of celebrities driving around cars. I know of at least 2. There could have been more. It looks like they had a Dream Edition there, and it also looks like they had a Lucid Air. I don't know the exact model of it, but it was nonetheless, it's really cool to start to see these higher profile celebrities driving around these electric cars that are not Teslas. As much as we love Tesla, it's cool to start to see another big player, another big name get mentioned in here. This month is also Women's History Month, so it's cool to see Lucid kind of take that active PR approach. I love Tesla, big fan of Tesla. However, I do feel like sometimes they could take a little bit more of an advanced step towards their PR and maintaining a good image and kind of getting in front of things. And it looks like Lucid's actually doing that. So I know that Lucid's not anywhere near Tesla at the moment, but I do enjoy seeing Lucid take any inch they can. So it's cool to see Lucid really active in their PR. They posted a ton of tweets today, which they normally don't do. They also did a poll today. What is your favorite Lucid Air interior? And Santa Monica won at 35% of people. Here's a car that it looks like they had at the Oscars, the Zenith Red. And so, yeah, again, they were a big part in the Oscars. Hopefully that helped a lot in terms of reservations. Here's another high-profile individual where they were driving a Lucid. I don't know. I can't identify exactly which type that is. Maybe a Dream Edition, maybe a Grand Touring. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know down in the comments. Next, you had Bear's Workshop. He did a flyover today. And today in the flyover, I believe he said they had 151 cars. And last week at the peak, I think we had 160 something. So you're starting to see a little bit more of the cars leave. I think the majority of the cars left that were in this area. And this area pretty much stayed the same from the best I can tell. Now, the good news is I don't see a gold one here, so it looks like they're starting to get to the end of that Dream Edition delivery. In terms of production, the quarter is ending in a couple of days here, so obviously they still have a lot more deliveries that they can be making. I don't know what's the holdup. I don't know if it's deliveries. I don't know if it's still fit and finish, but we do know that they are well into their Grand Touring. And my kind of hypothesis or my kind of direction that I'm kind of looking at in terms of an investor is waiting till the end of Q2, because I think that's when hopefully all the murky waters should clear and we should get the green light that everything's where it should be. The supplies are flowing in how they should be flowing in. And that may be a time that I may invest more heavily into Lucid, is at that bottom of Q2. Hopefully that's the very bottom of Lucid's issues. on a smaller scale. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of other just natural issues that come along with launching a high-end vehicle like this. So that's my prediction. Again, this is a day-to-day thing, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, I can't tell. But from the sound of things, Peter Rawlinson sounds a lot more optimistic about Q3 and Q4 this year. And that is kind of how I feel about Lucid as well. But they are making a lot of progress. They're doing a lot of work in Q1 and Q2 of this year. It looks like on their social media presence and just their advertising plays and their marketing plays. I'll be curious to see how much they're spending on advertising and marketing and to see how big of an impact that is on their budget, because obviously Tesla spends $0 on advertising or hardly anything. We can see their sales. So hopefully Lucid can get to that point where the market's educated enough that people understand what Lucid is, and then they can continue to make that transition. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. There wasn't a ton of news, so I tried to make it as interesting as possible. But like always, if you enjoy this daily content on Lucid, consider subscribing. And if you have any insight to exactly what you think will be going on with the company, leave it down in the comments. But I enjoy you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.